The NFC East has always been a competitive affair. The division has gone 16 straight seasons without a repeat champ. The Cowboys are in the driver's seat there, with FBI giving them at least a 90% chance to make the playoffs and win this division. Philly has been making moves, winning 3 of the last 4, have FPI's easiest remaining schedule, while Dallas's remaining slate is middle of the pack in terms of difficulty. So, Mina, let's start with the Eagles. What has been the catalyst of their turnaround in recent weeks?
It's the run game. It's simple.
Yeah.
And I love, by the way, just saying run game, because it applies to more than just one player. Jalen Hurts' ability, what he does on the ground, it empowers the entire team. It empowers the offensive line, which is arguably the best run blocking group in the NFL right now. It empowers the running backs. Watching the Eagles call so much zone read, it does remind me a little bit of the Seahawks in 2012, if you'll indulge me a little bit in a walk down memory lane. Things aren't so great in Seattle, but back when they were happier, there's a reason why Marshawn Lynch had a renaissance when he came to Seattle, because having Russell Wilson next to him, the threat of him keeping open things up for him. Watch the linebackers playing the Eagles, man, in every game. They do not know what to do. It is an extremely difficult run game to defend and an extremely fun run game to watch.
100%.
Everyone, make sure you watch NFL Live next week, because we are going to dive into this kind of topic a lot. But think of all the offenses in the NFL that we've talked about glowingly this year. It's not 2018 or 2019 or 20 anymore. It's the teams that we feel can run the football really well because of the way defenses are playing. And Mina's right with the run game, the variety of it. Philadelphia, I hate him. Philadelphia is doing it so well, and I honestly feel confident saying this. They're a team you don't want to play. They are a team you don't want to play. And Dallas, directly to you, they're a team you don't want in the playoffs. Think about the Eagles and the way they're constructed, right? The Dallas Cowboys' strength is their offensive line. The Philadelphia Eagles' strength is their defensive line. Also, they got a defensive player of the year cornerback as well. Now, the Eagles' strength, their offensive line. The Cowboys' strength, their defensive line. So you're talking about a team that can kind of minimize the strength of the Dallas Cowboys. And they play Week 18. And I think Dallas is going to win the division still. I think, Philadelphia is way more attached to like Carolina and New Orleans and San Francisco and Minnesota. But they are trending towards becoming a team that you don't want to play. And they're trending towards becoming a team, Dallas, in your division that you don't want to get in.
A good reminder that Week 18 could come down to a lot in a variety of divisions. But, Marcus, let's talk about the Cowboys a minute here. How concerned are you about what you've seen on the field the last 2 weeks from Dallas?
I'm actually not that concerned, y'all. And I got to be honest with you. It doesn't have anything to do with Dallas. I think the Denver game was a blip on the radar. And when I look at the Kansas City game, obviously the offense took a step back. And there are reasons for that. But ultimately, you got to play to win these games, and you got to do what you can do successfully. I think Dallas got a little bit drunk on the success that they had pushing the ball down the football field. And they needed this Kansas City game to remind them of where they're actually built and how they're built in order to beat teams and then help facilitate what they do down the field. Here's my concern with the Dallas Cowboys going forward. Will the complacency take over the way you call football games and play football games? For me, it's about being mental. I'm with you, Dan. I understand the fear of what the Eagles do as a defensive lineman trying to find spaces in no man's land. But remember, people fear what the Dallas Cowboys do as well when they are doing it. And that's the point that I want to get across. They better get back to being the team that they were multiplicity-wise as opposed to being one-dimensional.
Yeah, and I agree with Marcus. You don't get to a point to where you think the Dallas Cowboys are out of it, right? Or where they can't compete to win an NFC championship. I'm definitely not on that high I was early on in the season because, yes, when you have the game against the Denver Broncos, it is just a blip. You think to yourself, okay, Dak was out. He didn't get the opportunity to practice. He was a little rusty, and the defense needed to have a little wake-up call, and they've played better the last 2 weeks. But when you see a team in 2 of 3 weeks not operate at a high level, but more importantly, not show up to a game of this magnitude, that's my issue. Because every game when you get to the playoffs, even Week 18 against the Philadelphia Eagles, is going to be a game of that magnitude. What type of energy are you going to bring? What type of consistency are you going to bring? And what level of confidence do you have in your coaching staff to make proper adjustments? We have to see those things happen down the line.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.